The alif lam, when it's attached to a noun, the alif of the noun is not an alif, it's an hamzatul wasl. We mentioned that this is not an alif, but it is a hamzatul wasl. Now, if you were to go to page 14 in the old print, ad-dars al-thalith, page 14 in the old print, and you go to example 1, al-kitabu jadidun, the book is new. Wal-qalamu qadimun. As you can see in the word al-qalam, above this alif, there is that little sad sign, showing that this is not an alif, it's a hamzatul wasl. And that's why we said wal-qalam and not wa-al-qalam. Because the hamzatul wasl, it is not pronounced if it comes in the middle of the sentence. It is only pronounced at the beginning. As in, al-kitabu. Can you hear me say a? No. You can hear me say al-kitab. So there, we can see the hamzatul wasl that has come in the beginning, I've pronounced it. But in wal-qalam, I am not pronouncing the hamzatul wasl because it has come in the middle. And remember the hamzatul wasl, the hamza, that head of the ayn, is never written. It is never written. And we went forth and we went through all of these exercises, and we went through the new vocabulary, and we went through the tamareen, and we mentioned tamareen, tamarinu. We said this is what we call mamnu' min as-sarf, or diptote. It's a noun which never accepts tanween, nor does it accept the kasra. Nor can you find a kasra on these words. So tamarinu, it's not tamarinun. The reason being is because tamarinu is what we call a diptote, mamnu' min as-sarf, and we'll find out about the mamnu' min as-sarf in a bit more detail in the next lesson, when we start to mention some female names like Amina and Maryam and so on and so forth. Yeah, Aminatu, Maryamu. We're going to find out and go into a little bit more detail about the diptote or the mamnu' min as-sarf. Now, and then we done the exercises, and we mentioned some new vocabulary from the exercises or the questions. From them is اقرأ واكتب مع ضبط أواخر الكلمات. Read and write by putting the vowel endings on the words. Yeah. So we have over here masjid, and the dal has nothing on it. But we know that because masjid is indefinite, it's nakiratun. We know that it's going to be masjidun and not masjidu. Yeah? Because it's nakiratun. And we know it's going to be masjidun and not masjidin or masjidan, because the origin of a noun that it is it's nakira, and it is marfu'un. Yeah? And not innu an. Yeah? No kasras, no fathas, it's got dhamma. So we went through these words, and we were able, walillahi alhamd, we were able to read these words even though they had no harakat or no vowel signs. Why? Because we were establishing the rule of ma'rifah and nakira, and we had also memorized the words from beforehand as well. And then we got to exercise 3, and we said that in exercise 3 it starts with imla, which means fill in. Imla, which means fill in. And as you can see, this verb ends with a sukoon. Imla, showing that this is a what type of verb? A fi'l amr, the imperative verb, the verb of command. And a normal indicator to show that it's a command is that those verbs, they usually in the singular form end with a sukoon. Imla, fill in. Al-farag, the gap. Fima yali, the following gaps. Biwad al-kalima munasiba, by placing wada. Wada means to place, from the verb wada'a, to place. By placing al-kalima, a word, al-munasiba, a suitable word, min al-kalimat al-taliya, from the following words. So al-kalimat is the jam', plural of kalima. Yeah, it's the plural of the word kalima. Na'am.
Teacher, so this you said imperative finish with sukun.
The singular form of the imperative. If you're speaking to one person, basically, it usually ends with the sukoon. Yes.
Every word, if it's a verb, I mean. Oh.
Not. It doesn't work for every verb. Some verbs end with a weak letter, and then therefore that the sign of it being imperative is the weak letter is lost. So not every word, but generally speaking, general qaida. When you try to give you general principles, and when there are exemptions, then we'll mention them. When there's something which goes against the rule, then we'll mention it. But generally speaking, just for now, a sign of an imperative verb is that it ends with a sukoon. Just for now. And then if things change, and it will, then we'll mention them. Because if we try to mention every single exemption, it's very difficult to go forward, and you will see me here on this table with blank chair, with empty chairs. Huh? Na'am. Okay, barakallahu feek. So this exercise is to fill in the following gaps by placing a suitable word from the words below. And we have jamilun, wasikhun, maftuhun, harun, thaqilun, and khafifun. All of these words are what? Are they going to be mubtadas or khabars? They're all going to be khabar. Why? Because the mubtada, you can see there. And we know the mubtada comes first. The mubtada is ma'rifah, is definite. So we did go through this, but just as an example, number one, we'll go through it real quickly. Al-hajaru, the rock. Which khabar can we use here to describe the rock? Could it be jamilun, beautiful? Wasikhun, dirty? Thaqilun, ahsant, heavy. Al-hajaru, thaqilun. Yeah, the rock is heavy. Some might say, no, you can describe a rock as being khafif, light. We said that al-hajar is what we call, can also be translated as boulder. It's a big rock. So normally they're heavy. Na'am. Okay, so al-hajaru, thaqilun, na'am. Number two, al-babu, the door. What's the correct khabar to put here? Maftuhun, open. Na'am. Maftuhun, open. Barakallahu feek. Al-qamaru, the moon. And the moon when it's the Laylatul Badr, when the moon is full, it is normally jamilun, na'am, la shak. It's beautiful. Al-qamaru jamilun.
Hadid.
Huh?
Hadid.
Hadid?
No, I mean jadidu.
Jadidun, but there's no jadid option there, Akhil Kareem.
Sorry.
Na'am. Barakallahu feek. Number four, al-waraqu, which means the paper, na'am, is khafif. Yeah, paper is light, na'am. Al-waraqu khafifun. Al-mindilu, the handkerchief tissue, is wasikhun, na'am, dirty. Wasikhun. This should have been filled in by now, na'am. These should have been filled in, or if you don't wish to spoil your book, and inshallah others can use it from your family members thereafter, then make sure you have an exercise book that you're writing in. I would recommend writing in an exercise book, so you even write the mubtada as well. You don't get lazy. You write the whole sentence. Na'am. And al-labanu, the milk is na'am. Harun is hot. Na'am. Remember that in modern standard Arabic, or in this day and age, we use al-halib for milk now. Al-halib. Na'am. Exercise 4 is imla al-farag fima yali biwad kalimatin munasiba. Fill in the following gaps by placing a suitable word. And now what's gone missing now? The mubtada has gone missing now. And now what's present is the khabar. Nadifun, baridun, ba'idun. And how can we tell these are all khabars? Because they are all nakira. Yeah? Okay, that's one of the signs of the khabar, is that it's nakira. No alif lam at the beginning. Na'am. So something is nadifun, akhil kareem. Give me a khabar. Something nadifun, huh? What can be nadifun? If you go to the previous exercise, that can help you. Something can be nadifun. Al-qamisu can be nadifun, na'am. The shirt can be clean. Al-qamisu can be nadifun, na'am. Something maksurun. Al-qalamu, na'am. Al-qalamu, the pen, can be maksoor. This is all homework, by the way. Huh? This is all homework, na'am. Something barid, something it can be cold. Na'am, Akhil Karim. Al-labun could be barid. Is there anything else? Another word? Another drink maybe? Al-ma'u, yes, the water. Al-ma'u baridun. Something qareeb, something is qareeb, close. What can you describe as being close? Al-masjidu qareebun. Al-baytu qareebun. Al-mudarrisu is, yeah, at the moment he's close to you, na'am. Alhamdulillah. Number 5. Something is ba'idun. Far, again. Al-qamaru, na'am. The moon is ba'id. The moon is ba'id, far. Al-qamaru ba'idun, far. Someone can be waqifun, standing. Na'am, waqif, standing. Na'am, al-mudarrisu, generally speaking, is standing. He normally stands and teaches. At the moment he is jalis. Na'am. So al-mudarrisu waqifun, but sometimes you lot as students, al-talibu jalisun, the student is sitting. And then we have kabirun. What can be kabir? Anything can be kabir. Na'am. Mashallah, big horse. Al-hisanu kabirun. The horse can be kabir. Na'am. Can I say al-hisanu qadimun? Can I say qadimun? The horse is old in the sense. Qadimun is not usually used to describe a person as being qadim. Na'am. No, more like an inanimate object. So maybe al-masjidu qadim. The masjid can be old. Na'am. And something could be jadid. Al-mudarris can be, you can have a mudarris which is jadid, صح. Al-mudarrisu, wa alaykum salam, al-jadid. The qalam. Al-waladu can be jadid, maybe jadid to the class, yes. Na'am. Al-qalamu can be jadid. The pen can be jadid. So over here we have placed a mubtada, knowing that this word will have to be ma'rifah, have the alif lam. We have to have the alif lam in order to make it a complete sentence. And then here are the kalimat al-jadida. Al-qamaru, the moon. Jadidun, new. Qadimun, old. Wasikhun, dirty. Nadhifun, clean. Remember, try to memorize the synonyms together or the opposites together. Al-mutadadat. So wasikhun is the opposite to nadhif. Jadid is the opposite to qadim. Memorize them together. Sometimes in the same sentence. So for example, al-baytu jadidun wal masjidu qadimun. Memorize them both in the same sentence. Yeah? Show that they are opposites. Remember, when it comes to words, kalimat, the best way to memorize words are in jumal, are in sentences. Na'am? Because a word which you do not know how to utilize and use, it's not beneficial. It's not something that is beneficial to you. If you have 1,000 words and you don't know how to use them in sentences, they are not beneficial to you. So try to memorize the words in sentences. That's why we had that. We gave you at the beginning an example of a dictionary, and one of the columns is the word in a sentence. Yeah, in a sentence. Barakallahu feekum. Na'am. Harun, hot, and the opposite is barid. Harun can also mean spicy, ikhwan. Yeah? Spicy. So for example, al-dajaju harun. It can have two connotations. It can have the meaning of hot, that is hot opposite to cold, but it can also have the meaning of spicy. Na'am? It being a bit chilly and what have you. Na'am. Barid, cold. Saghirun, small. Kabirun, and that is big. Now when it comes to as-sighar and kibr, or these words saghir and kabir, you're looking at both ard and tul. Yeah? So you're looking at not just big this way, but big that way as well. Opposite to tawil and qasir, where you're looking at the tul, the length of something. So be aware of that. Naam? So when you say this man is kabir, it could mean that this man's kabir, yani he's tall. It could mean kabir as in he's big. It has both meanings, width and Right. But when you say this man is tawil, tall, we're talking about his length. And we're not talking about this way, ardan, yeah? So let's pay attention to that. Na'am. Maftuhun, open. And that's what you're going to see that from the word in the first page. Miftah is that which opens something. Is that instrument, that tool to open. And once you use it, the door becomes maftuh, is maftuhun. Na'am. From the verb fataha, to open. Maksurun, broken. Na'am. Maksurun, broken. Thaqilun, that is heavy. Na'am. And khafifun, light. Now, thaqilun and khafif, they're used for wazn, for the weight of something. Na'am. But it can also use to describe clothes in a different manner. Whereas something which is thick clothing and thin clothing. Even though we have a word for thickness as well, is kathif, the thickness. But you can say mi'ataf thaqil, in the sense that it's a coat which is thick as well. You can mention in that sense. It can have that meaning as well. Na'am. Qamis, which is khafif, which is thin and light in that sense, where it's not thick. Na'am. Okay. So jamilun, beautiful. Waqifun, waqif, which means standing. But we've said that a person is waqif, he's standing and he is stationary, still, stopped. And that's why we have qif, stop. Stop in that standing position. And you have mawqif as-sayyarat, car park, because the car is not standing, but it's standing still. Yani, it's parked, it's stopped. So waqafa means to stop also. And waqif, a person who's standing and he's stopped, standing still. Na'am. Jalis, sitting. Yeah, person who's sitting. Jalisun. And those were the new words of that chapter, or from there. And then we went on to say najmun, a star, and najmu, the star. Rajulun, a man, ar-rajulu, the man. Pay attention to my pronunciation, my nutq. Deekun, a rooster. Ad-deeku, the rooster. Talibun, student. At-talibu, the student. Now, these words have been singled out because all the previous words, they were words where the lam was pronounced. Al-qamaru, al-lala. For example, al-maktabu, the lam, you can hear me pronouncing the al. Al-masjidu, al-qamisu, al-hajaru. In each of these situations, the lam, you can hear it being uttered and pronounced. Al. But in the following words, an-najmu, ar-rajulu, ad-diku, at-talibu, the lam is omitted, it's not pronounced. And that is because these words, they begin with huruf shamsiyah. They begin with sun letters, and therefore you can take those sheets out, which I gave you last week. Last week I gave you 2 sheets, which we didn't get to talking about. And that is the sheet which has a table, and another sheet which explains that a harf can be split into 2. Na'am, if we can maybe share this sheet here with the brother, so the brother can see as well. Harf. Na'am. A harf can be split into 2. Sisters, you should have those sheets as well. Those who came to the last lesson, it should say at the top of the sheet, there are 2 types of letters in Arabic. And in the bubble we have harf, harfun, a letter. A harf can be qamari, can be a moon letter, or a harf can be shamsi, it can be sun letter, like in this sheet here. So what is the definition of a harf which is qamari? A harfun qamari, or harfun qamariya, It is, na'am. It is when the al is prefixed to a noun beginning with a mu letter. So when an al is prefixed to a noun beginning with a mu letter, the lam of al is always pronounced and always written. For example, al-qamaru. Al-qamaru. As you can see, after the al, there is a qaf, a moon letter. Therefore, the lam of al is pronounced al-qamaru. And you did not hear me say ak-qamaru. I did not say ak-qamaru, missing out the lam. I said al-qamaru, pronouncing the lam. Now, this shows that this letter or this word begins with a moon letter. Why are they called moon letters? They chose two words, al-qamar. Yeah, they choose qamarun and they choose shams, knowing that which are used as opposites in a sense. Shams, the sun opposite to the moon. When the moon comes out, it's a sign of the night, it being night. When the sun is out, it's a sign of it being the day. Opposites, day and night.
Yeah.
So they found that al-qamarun, the lam is not pronounced. Yeah? And they found that the sheen, the sheen in shams is pronounced when al is attached. So they chose these two for the letters to be named after. Na'am? So al-qamaru is we pronounce the lam because the qaf is a moon letter. As for the sun, harfun shamsi or shamsiya, then the definition is when al is prefixed to a noun beginning with a sun letter, the lam of al is never pronounced, but it is always written. Thus, the first letter of the noun takes a shadda, this W sound, sign. Yeah? So, ash-shamsu. Yeah? What is a shadda? Well, first of all, does everyone know what a shadda is? Na'am? The shadda represents that there are two letters, two of the same letters. Na'am?
I don't know.
Okay, so for example, if I had this word here, I have two files next to each other, two letters which are the same, yeah? And let's say it says khaffa, yeah? We have the first letter has a fa, the first fa has a sukoon on it, the second fa has a fatha on it. In order for me to, because there's two fas, in Arabic we can take away one fa, we don't need to write two fas. And we can represent both fas with a shadda. Here, khaffa. Now, so what does the shadda mean? It means that there are two fas there. The first fa having a sukoon on it, and the second fa has a fatha on it. So here's the origin. Khaffa. Yeah? Kha, fa with a sukoon, fa with another fa with a fatha. Instead of writing and being repetitive and writing two fas, we can just take away one and put the shadda on it and put the fatha on top of the shadda. Khaffa. Yeah? So this is a simple way to shorten the writing form. Yeah? So that is what shadda does. If the shadda is on a letter, it means that there's two of that letter being pronounced. The first has a sukoon on it. The second has a whatever it has on it. So for example, in ash-shamsu, look at me. Ash, sukoon. Sha, fatha. Ash, shamsu. Shows that the first sheen, the first time we pronounce sheen, we stopped on like with a sukoon. It's called a glottal stop. The sukoon is when we stop on it, glottal stop. Ash, sukoon. Sh, sham, yeah, the fact that she now, the second one has a fatha. Ash-shamsu. Yeah, that's what shadda is. Okay? So as you can see, when I say ash-shamsu, can you hear the lam? Ash-shamsu, can you hear any lam? No. Because sheen is a harf shamsi. It's from the huruf shamsiya, which means that the lam is not pronounced. You did not hear me say al-shamsu. And if you hear someone say that in the Quran, yeah? Wal shams,
No.
No. وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا. وَالشَّمْسِ وَضُحَاهَا. Dad also a sun letter. Let's take a look at the sun letters and the moon letters in the second sheet. I gave you a little, the second sheet I gave you, I think the second sheet that I gave is a table which shows you the 26 or the 28, sorry, letters of the alphabet. There's a difference of opinion. Are they 28 or they're 29? Yeah, there's a difference of opinion whether the alphabet is 28 letters or 29. Those who say it's 29, they count Hamza as a separate letter. Alif, Hamza. But then those who say it's 28, no, an alif cannot be pronounced except with an Hamza. An alif, by itself, there is no sound. To give it sound, to give it nutq, you put the Hamza on there. Yeah? So they say no. Hamza and alif, they are one letter. So that's why they say 28, some people, and not 29. So, Huruf al-Qamariyya is in the first column. So we have the Hamza, Al-Abu, the father. Can you hear me pronounce Al, the lam? Because Hamza is from the moon letters. Al-Babu, Al-La, Al-Babu, Ba is a moon letter. What does that say? Al-Jannatu, Al-Jannatu, the lam being pronounced, Jim is a moon letter. And as we go on now, you get this. Al-Himaru, Al-Himaru, Al-Khubzu, the bread, Khubz means bread, Na'am. Na'am. Al-Ainu, the eye, Na'am. Ain can also mean like a spring, Na'am. And then we have what's the next one? Na'am. Al-Ghada'u, the lunch. Al-Ghada is lunch, Na'am. Al-Famu, mouth, yeah, the mouth. Al-Qamaru, the moon. Al-Kalbu, the dog. Na'am. Al-Ma'u, the water. Al-Waladu, the boy. Al-Hawa'u, the air. Na'am. And that's why Ahlul.
What is this?
Al-Hawa.
This one. What means?
Hawa means air. It can also mean desire.
Really?
Yeah, that's why you say Ahlul Ahwa. Another name for Ahlul Bid'ah, the people of innovation, are the people of Hawa. Yeah? Because they follow their desire, wherever the air takes them. Huh? Huh? The air blows this way, they follow it that way.
It's true.
No? That's why they are named after the wind, the air.
So this word we can use for both meanings.
Yes. Huh? Don't follow your Hawa,
No.
your desire.
No.
Huh? And air can also mean al-hawa'u, for example, the air is peaceful or have you. No. So it can have two meanings. No. And al-yadu, the hand, yad. Huh? Means hand. Each one of them, the lam is pronounced because they are they are moon letters. As for the sun letters, then they are all the other letters other than those. The rest of the 14. The ta, at-tajiru, at-tajiru, and not al-tajiru, at-tajiru. Wat-teen, wat-teeni, was-zaytun, wat-teen. Yeah? So, ta is a sun letter. Na'am. Al-thawbu, al-thawb, this garment that we are wearing, many of us wear, Muslims wear, the thawb. Tha being a sun letter. Ad-diku, the rooster. Dal, sun letter. Na'am. Al-dhahabu, al-dhahabu. Na'am. Dal, a sun letter. As you can see, I'm not pronouncing the lam. I am not saying al-dhahabu, but al-dhahabu. Na'am. Al-rajulu, the man.
What is this?
This was right?
What meaning?
Al-dhahabu, gold. Dhahab is gold, the gold, the material gold. Na'am. Na'am. So, az-zahratu, the flower. Na'am. Zahra, meaning flower. Az-zahratu. Na'am. As-samaku, the fish. Ash-shamsu, the sun. As-sadru, chest. Na'am. As-dayfu, the guest. Dayf is a guest. نعم. الطالب, the student. الظهر, or is it ظهر? No. الظهر, yeah? As in ظهر, the time of ظهر. No, the time of ظهر. If it's الظهر, it would have been back. The fatha. But there's a dhamma I used. الظهر, meaning the time, the prayer time. No. And اللحم, which is meat, the meat, لحم, meaning meat, and النجم, the star. نعم. As you can see, the lam is not pronounced before these letters. The lam of al is not pronounced before these letters because they are sun letters. So ikhwan, you have to memorize those letters, and then when you are reading, you implement this rule. Okay? When you're reading, you implement this rule. No.
What was the meaning of the first and the second word?
Al-tajir, the merchant, the one who serves, business person, does tijara, merchant, na'am. And al-thawbu is that garment that we wear, the thawb. Na'am. Okay. So that is the moon and sun letters. That is the moon and sun letters. Any questions regarding that?
So we have to memorize this.
So you have to memorize the letters. And when you read, you implement the rule. When you read, you implement the rule. And here is the rule coming now. We are going to implement right now. With number 1, starting from number 1. نعم يا حمد. اقرأ. Number 1, page 17. You can't memorize the numbers as well, نعم. The Arabic numerals. If the numeral, the V, is pointing down, it's the lower of 7 and 8. 7. If it's pointing up, it's the higher of the 7, 8. 8. A nice way to learn it. 8, 7. Arrows pointing down, meaning it's 7. A lot of people get mixed up between 7 and 8. نعم. It's obviously. But a very simple way to memorize it. It's pointing up, 8. It's pointing down, the V, yeah, it's 7. نعم.
النجم بعيد.
نعم. النجم بعيد. This noon is a sun letter. That's why we said النجم بعيد. النجم مبتدا مرفوع. بعيد خبر مرفوع. The star is far. نعم. تفضل أخي. نعم.
الرجل واقف.
نعم. Translate.
The man is standing.
أحسنت. Analyze it for me. Simple. إعراب.
مبتدا خبر.
Where's the مبتدا? الرجل. Say. الرجل.
الرجل مبتدا واقف.
Okay. مبتدا مرفوع. نعم. واقف.
خبر مرفوع.
Good. Get into that practice. نعم. تفضل أخي.
السكر حلو.
You see there's a shadda on the kaf as well, yeah? So you're going to stop on the sin and stop on the kaf. As-sukkar. Yeah? Sukkar. Remember the first kaf has a sukoon. Sukkar. Yeah?
سكر
نعم.
حلو.
نعم. Can you translate that for me?
The sugar sweet.
نعم. أحسنت. إعراب. The analysis.
السكر مبتدأ مرفوع.
أحسنت.
حلو خبر مرفوع.
أحسنت. Yes. جزاك الله خير. نعم. تفضل أخي.
الطالب مريض.
طيب. ترجم. Translate.
The student is sick.
Okay. Can you do a simple analysis for me? No. So الطالب, the student is the mubtada, the subject, which is marfu'. Yeah? Marfu' meaning it has a dhamma at the end. Ends with a dhamma. Ooh. Yeah? الطالب مبتدا مرفوع. مريض is the khabar مرفوع. Okay? So the student is sick. مريض is the person who is got that illness, suffering with the marad from the illness. نعم. تفضل. نعم. 5.
الضيق جميل.
ما شاء الله. أحسنت. Thank you. I'm glad that you gave us a learning opportunity. Huh? You don't say mistakes. You gave us a learning opportunity. So you said al-diku jamilun. Huh?
Oh, forget this.
Huh?
New rule now.
So, is it Al-Diku?
الديق
Ad-Diku.
الديق
That's ahsan.
جميل.
Ad-Diku Jamilun. Because Dal is a harf from the huruf al-shamsiyya, yeah? From the sun letters. Ad-Diku Jamilun. Translate?
The rooster is beautiful.
The rooster is beautiful. Ahsant. تفضل. أخي كريم.
الدفتر جديد.
أحسنت. نعم. Translate.
To be honest, I don't know this word.
Ad-Daftar. You do know it, but it hasn't been revised. Okay. Ad-Daftar is the notebook or exercise book.
Yeah.
The book that you write in. And the book that you use as a reference point or you read from is kitab. So the difference between kitab and daftar is more specific for writing notes on. The notebook or exercise book. No. So ad-daftaru jadidun. So in translate now?
The notebook is new.
Is new. Ahsant. تفضل. ما شاء الله left and right way. لا تفضل.
التاجر غني. The merchant, the businessman is rich.
Yeah, I mean tajir can be translated as a businessman as well, a merchant.
Or merchant.
The merchant is rich. غني. نعم. أحسنت.
مبتدأ مرفوع وخبر مرفوع.
Yeah. You're saying مبتدا مرفوع and you're saying خبر مرفوع. أحسنت. But which one is the مبتدا? When we're doing إعراب, we mention the word التاجر مبتدا مرفوع.
التاجر مبتدأ مرفوع.
غني.
غني وخبر مرفوع.
أحسن. Like that. Because just saying it, you're not attaching it to the word. طيب. بارك الله فيك. نعم. Just for time purposes, we're going to read the rest. الدكان مفتوح. The shop is open. الولد فقير. The boy is poor. Yeah. التفاح لذيذ. The apple is delicious or tasty. نعم. And 11, we have the implementation of the sun and moon letter. To show, okay, now you know the moon letters, and now you know the sun letters. Here are two examples in those, the moon letter and the sun letter in one sentence. الطبيب طويل. الطبيب طويل. والمريض قصير. Yeah? So the doctor is tall. الطبيب begins with a sun letter. الطبيب طويل. والمريض قصير. And the sick person is, or the patient. Marid can also mean patient, yeah? The patient. And the patient is قصير, is short. Mim being a moon letter. Yeah? والمريض. And not one maridu, because mim is not a sun letter. Okay. Tamariru, exercises. Iqra, read. Waktub, write. مع ضبط أواخر الكلمات, by vocalizing the endings of the words, placing the vowel sign at the ending. Yeah, by placing the vowel sign at the ending. نعم. تفضل أخي كريم.
الباب.
Good. أحسنت. Why did you say الباب and not الباب?
Because الباب is مبتدا.
No, there's no. This is only one word. There's not a sentence here.
Yeah, الباب.
Is this a jumla? Is this a sentence?
No.
لا.
It's a مرفوع.
Okay. So it's marfu'. Yeah, but okay. But why? Al-babun is still marfu'. Why are you saying al-babu and not al-babun?
Because we go al before it.
And that makes it
Ma'rifa.
ma'rifa. Al-bab. Okay. Another question. Why didn't you say abbabu? Why didn't you say abbabu? Why did you say al-babu?
Yes.
No.
Because
Don't try to wriggle.
because ba is from the huruf al-qamariyah.
That's the answer. Because ba is from the huruf Al-Qamar, yes, from the moon letters. تفضل أخي الكريم.
التاجر.
Good. التاجر. Why did you say التاجر and you didn't say التاجر?
Ta is the حرف الشمسية.
Yeah, it's a sun letter. أحسنت. تفضل أخي الكريم.
النجم.
النجم. نعم. Why النجم and not النجم?
Because it's from the sun letter, the noon.
The noon. أحسنت. نعم. تفضل أخي الكريم.
القمر.
القمر. It's quite easy one, huh? Why did you say القمر and not القمر?
The lamb is silent?
The lamb is silent. You said القمر.
Oh, عفوا.
So why did you say لا القمر and not القمر?
It's
Here we go.
moon letter, it's moon letter.
Eh? It's a moon letter?
It's a moon.
What's a moon letter?
The Qaf.
The Qaf. It's a moon letter. And the moon letter, the rule is the lam of al is pronounced. نعم. تفضل عامل.
الديكو.
الديكو. Okay, so why did you say الديكو and not الديكو?
حرف الشمس قمري.
الديكو is a harf قمري.
شمسي.
شمسية. Okay, the dal is a harf. So that means the lam is not pronounced. الديكو. طيب تفضل.
الماء
الماء, because the meme is
from حروف القمرية.
with الماء. Now we've got the gist, let's do it. Let's go on. So السرير and not السرير because sin is from the sun letters. السرير. البيت and not البيت. Why do we say البيت? Because ba is from the moon letters and we know the rule is that the lam is pronounced before the ba, before the moon letter. Al-masjidu. Meme is from the moon letters, so the lam is pronounced. Al-masjidu. Ar-rajulu. Can you see me rolling my tongue? Ar-rajulu. Ra is from the sun letters and the lam is not pronounced. Ar-rajulu. As-sukkaru. Sin is from the sun letters and we did not say al-sukkaru. And we did not say al-sukkar. As-sukkar. Al-waraqu. Al-waraqu and not al-waraqu. Not al-waraqu. Al-waraqu. We pronounce the lam because waw is from the moon letters. Na'am Khan? Understood? This is going to automatically be ta'ala help you in your qira'at al-Quran as well. It's going to aid you in ta'ala in the reading of the Quran. But obviously with the Quran you're going to always see the shadda. You're going to see the shadda on the sun letter. Yeah? You're going to see the shadda, but not in normal Arabic books. You will not find a shadda. I just open to any page there and we have this word here. Shart.
So how you understand if it's not shar?
If there's no shadda, because I know that sheen is a sun letter. Ash-shart. You see that?
Does that mean condition?
Yes, a condition. Ash-shart. Yeah? So fi'lu sharti. Yeah? I said fi'lu sharti and not fi'lul sharti. Straight away, without thinking, because it's embedded into the rule is being, I've got used to that rule now. Straight away, I'm not pronouncing the lam of that word. Yeah? Because sheen is a sun letter. Shamsiyya. Shamsiyya. So as you see, the words, the letters in Arabic books, you will not have the shadda on it. In the Quran you will, but not in normal Arabic books. So you have to implement the rule when you're reading. Na'am. So let's go on to the next exercise. املأ الفراغ فيما يلي بوضع كلمة مناسبة. Fill in the following gaps by placing a suitable word. Remember, munasiba means suitable. Be careful. There's a word munasaba with a fatha on the sin, and that changes the meaning to an occasion. Yeah, munasabatul Eid, the Eid, the occasion of Eid. So the word munasiba with a kasra is suitable. Munasaba with a fatha on the sin will change the meaning to like an occasion. Munasabatul Eid, the occasion of Eid. Yeah. Munasabat, occasions. Na'am.
with a fatha. So just be careful. No? So بِكَلِمَةٍ مُنَاسِبَةٍ, you might ask, how do you know which one's which? Context. Yeah, you won't say with a occasion word. No, you say suitable word. Yeah, barakallahu fik. Now, so what's missing? You see, غني مريض طويل. What's missing? Mubtada, the mubtada. So the word that you're going to place here is going to have, number one, alif lam. Yeah?
Yeah.
We know that because and what's more difficult, can you see the way the book has been authored? The exercise on page 15, or say the previous page, 16, right at the top. Yeah? Imla al-Farag. This came after they gave you, or on page 15 they had options that you could pick from. Now as we go on, options go away. Yeah? The options are going away. Now you have to bring a word from your memory, from your word bank, without looking at an option. Okay? So as we go on, you have to bring it from your option. But as we can see, you can use the previous exercise, the words from the previous exercise also. So, something ghaniyun, something rich. Now, which word can we use? Which word? A suitable word. Now.
التاجر.
التاجر. أحسنت. التاجر غني. The merchant. The heart is rich. The heart can be rich now, but we're just going to be nice, make it simple for everyone. The merchant, he normally does business, mashallah, gets some money by selling what have you. He's the rich one. Now, التاجر غني. Now, number two, something is حلو. What's the most suitable word from that section there? Which is sweet. As-sukkaru. The sugar is sweet. As-sukkaru, sweet. Can you see that all of these words are huruf shamsiyah? Previous exercise was huruf qamar. Now, someone is mareed. Someone is mareed. نعم. الطالب مريض. الرجل مريض. نعم. Something is ladid, is delicious, tasty. نعم.
التفاح.
التفاح. Yeah, التفاح was ladid. Apples are delicious to most people. نعم. And they are enticing as well, just like Shaitan tried to entice Adam alayhi salam. No? نعم. نعم. تفضل. Something is طويل. Ikhwan, طويل is not just for people. Yeah? You can use for inanimate objects as well. A building can be طويل as well. A masjid can be طويل. نعم. So, الطبيب طويل. Yeah? 2 bars in a way. Make it easier. الطبيب طويل. طويل. The doctor is tall. And someone is قصير. الولد قصير. The boy is short. Okay, here's a new word in this exercise. Exercise 3, page 18. اختر. اختر. The Messenger of Allah, he's the al-Mukhtar, the chosen one. اختر, to choose. Yeah, al-Mustafa. Yeah? So, اختر صلى الله عليه وسلم. اختر, choose. Okay, pick or choose. كلمة, a word. من القائمة با. Choose a word from القائمة, the list. Yeah, or column. القائمة can mean column as well. From column B, تناسب الكلمة التي في قائمة ألف, which suits, which matches, a word which is from column Alif or Hamza, sorry, or Alif. So you have to choose a word from one column which is suitable and matches or goes together with a word from the other column. So, at-talibu, the student. What will go well with at-talibu from qa'ima ba, from column B? At-talibu, ladidun? No. The student cannot be delicious. some sick individuals maybe. Allah protect us. نعم. الدكان. الطالب مكسور. We don't use مكسور with a student. You might with a person. You might use it with a bone in a body, but not with the person that's broken. No, you wouldn't. It's not really something which is suitable. الطالب ثقيل. The student is heavy.
I think
Perhaps. الطالب مفتوح. The student is open. الطالب مريض. The student is unwell, sick. Sounds correct so far. الطالب حار. The student is hot. The most suitable one is مريض. الطالب مريض. الدكان. Which one is suitable?
مفتوح.
مفتوح. الدكان مفتوح. التفاح لذيذ. The apple is delicious. الماء. The water is حار. The water is hot. الحجر. The rock is ثقيل is heavy. نعم. القلم. The pen is
مكسور.
مكسور, broken. So here are the kalimat, al-kalimat al-jadidatu. Here are the new words. حلو, sweet. مريض, مريض, which is a patient or someone who is sick. Yeah. الدكان, the store, the shop. غني, rich. طويل, tall. فقير, poor. قصير, short. التفاح, the apple. And here is a table like my table I gave you of the sun and moon letters, which needs to be memorized. Okay, let's implement what we have learned today with the last exercise. Tamri. Yes, tamri. Can someone? Tamri was on a noon.
No.
Nun. Tamri nun. Yeah. Why has it got dammatan? Why tanween? Why tamri nun and not tamri nu?
There's no alif lam.
There's no alif lam, or in another word, it's nakira. It's not ma'rifah. Yeah, it's nakira. Yeah. So the word, an easy way of saying that there's no alif lam and there's tanween, the word is nakiratun, indefinite. If the word had alif lam and no tanween, simple answer will be because it's ma'rifatun. Ma'rifa, alif lam, no tanween. Nakiratun, no alif lam, tanween. Nakiratun is indefinite. Ma'rifatun is definite. So, huh?
You say tamari and then we say
Yeah, because of that detail. And why did we say tamreenun over dammatan and not tamreenin and not tamreenan? Because the origin of nouns, they are marfu', meaning they end with the dhamma or dammatan.
And it's nakiratu.
And it's nakiratu, like we just mentioned. Now, okay, اقرأ الكلمات الآتية واكتبها مراعيا قواعد النطق الحروف القمرية والشمسية. Read the following words. الكلمات الآتية. آتية means coming words. It's a synonym of تالية, following. Coming, following. So in the previous exercises they used الكلمات التالية, which is following words. Here we use الكلمات الآتية, the coming words, synonyms. Yeah. So read the coming words, the words which are to come. واكتبها, and write them. Ha, referring to the kalimat. We're going to talk about ha. This is the damir, muttasil, munfasil in the next lesson. And write them mura'iyan. Mura'iyan, taken into consideration, considering, paying attention to. Mura'iyan comes from the verb ra'a, to take care of something. And that's why we have the hadith of the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. كلكم راع وكلكم مسؤول عن رعيته. All of you are shepherds, those who look after people. And everyone will be questioned about their flock, those who they are being looked after. Yeah? So it comes from the verb ra'a and mura'iyan, taking care of, taking into consideration what? قواعد النطق. The قواعد, the rules, of nutq, pronunciation of al-huruf al-qamariyah, the moon letters, and al-shamsiyah, and sun letters. So altogether it means read the coming words or the following words and write them, paying attention to the pronunciation rules of the sun and moon letters. نعم؟ نفس الإخوان؟ طيب the first one? We're going to finish with this.
البيت.
البيت أحسنت. البيت moon letter. نعم.
الديك.
الديك. Pronouncing the dal, not pronouncing the lam. So الديك sun letter.
المدرس.
المدرس mean a moon letter. That's why we said pronouncing the lam. المدرس. نعم.
الباب.
الباب. Ba is a moon letter. Lam is pronounced. الباب. نعم.
الطالب.
الطالب. Ta sun letter. Lam is not pronounced. الطالب. نعم.
السكر.
The kaf also has a shadda. السكر. السكر.
Oh yeah, sugar. Yeah. Jazakallah.
Yeah, sin being a sun letter, that's why the lam is not pronounced. السكر. نعم.
الدفتر.
Good. أحسنت. الدفتر. Dal being a sun letter. Lam is not pronounced. نعم.
الأخ.
الأخ, the brother. الأخ. Lam is pronounced. Yeah. So the hamza is a moon letter. الأخ. نعم.
الرسول.
الرسول. Ra sun letter. Lam is not pronounced. الرسول. نعم.
What means this?
The messenger.
الوجه.
الوجه, the face. وجه. ويبقى وجه ربك ذو الجلال والإكرام. And the face of your Lord will remain full of majesty in Surah Al-Rahman. Wajh. نعم. So الوجه. Waw is a moon letter. Lam is pronounced. الوجه. نعم.
الصديق.
الصديق. Yes. Sad being a moon letter. So a sun letter, sorry. So the lam is not pronounced. الصديق. نعم, the friend. نعم.
What is the meaning of this?
القرآن.
Oh, subhanallah.
الحمد لله.
I couldn't say Al-Quran.
القرآن, the book of Allah.
Al-Quran.
نعم.
Al-Quran.
القرآن.
Al-Quran.
No, not Ran. القرآن.
Al-Quran.
Yes. نعم. The book of Allah. نعم. So قاف مونة. Lam is pronounced. القرآن. نعم.
الصلاة.
الصلاة. نعم. صاد صنة. Lam is not pronounced. الصلاة. نعم.
الكعبة.
الكعبة. نعم. House of Allah. نعم.
الرأس.
الرأس, the head. Ra is a sun letter. الرأس, the head. نعم.
الإصبع.
الإصبع. Here, this is الإصبع. Finger. Yeah, the sad. الإصبع, the finger. Sad is a, sorry, this is a moon letter. الإصبع, because it's Hamza. E. الإصبع. نعم.
الصباب.
الصابون.
الصابون.
الصابون. Sabun is soap. My teacher used to come in often into the lesson. One of our teachers in Mustawa Awal in the first lesson. He used to come in. ما هذا يا إخوان? What is this? Because some of the students, they weren't washing themselves, let's say, taking care of their hygiene. He said, يا إخوان أصلحكم الله. Oh my brothers, may Allah rectify your condition. الصابون بريال. Sabun only costs 1 riyal. Soap only costs 1 riyal. What's your soap with some soap? He didn't stop there. He said, and lemon bi riyal. And lemon is also 1 riyal. Put some lemon underneath your armpits as well. Okay, نعم. الصابون, the soap. صاد, سنة. الظفر. Should be الظفر, no? الظفر. طيب, fingernail. Fingernail, yeah? The is a sun letter. الظفر.
So we done my
Huh?
we done my
الظفر.
Oh, we check it.
الأظفار.
There are 2 words, but in Arabic it's only
الظفر.
1 word.
والله أعلم. I thought it was with the كسر. But we'll check that inshallah. الفجر. The dawn, yeah? الفجر. Lam is pronounced al-fajr. Fa is a moon letter. Fajr, dawn. The time of dawn. Fajr, when we pray Fajr, that's when it's dawn. Or before dawn. Yeah? Or dawn. Is it dawn? It's dawn. Na'am. Na'am. And al-dhuhru, which is noon, yeah? The noon prayer. Al-dhuhru. Al-asru. Ayn is a moon letter. Al-asr. Yeah? Lam is pronounced. Al-maghribu. Mim is a moon letter. Lam is pronounced. Al-maghribu. Sunset here, and al-isha with a kasra, al-isha and not al-asha, and not with a fatha. Al-asha is the dinner you eat at that time. Al-isha is the time. So, with a fatha is the meal. With a kasra, it is na'am. And inshallah we'll end there. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Is it true that the reason a word may be a sun letter because the articulation point of the J is too close to the following letter? I have this na'am. There also is a specific reason to do with the tongue. In Arabic, there are a lot of rules to ensure there is not thiql, there's not heaviness upon the tongue. And a lot of rules are there to make things flow upon the tongue. And so these letters, these sun letters, they're pronounced. The lam is not pronounced because it's easy for the articulation of, or for the al, or for the lam to not be pronounced, is to go straight to those letters. It's to do with articulation. La shak, there's no doubt in that. I've heard this and I've read this also. So there's a reason. As for the specific definition and how to explain that, then wallahu alam. But yes, it's due to the ease of that pronunciation is the reason those letters have been chosen. There's no doubt in that whatsoever. Barakallahu feekum. Subhanallahumma wa bihamdik. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa ant, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Please revise, barakallahu feekum. Revise the vocabulary. And we're going to start a very interesting lesson next week, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, and that is the prepositions, the huruf al-jar. Na'am. Or, like the others say, huruf al-khafd. There's difference of opinion between the Basriyun and the Kufiyun. The people from Kufa and the people from Basra. The 2 schools of language, Arabic language. They differ whether it's huruf al-khafdi or huruf al-jamri.